Hello. Oh, it's an EV manufacturer from China. Maybe I should close the door. Wait a minute, I guess I can open it. Or should I? Anyway, hello, fellow fleet and mobility players. Electric vehicle manufacturers or OEMs from China are taking the world by storm. And should we open the doors or maybe put some extra locks on them? This really depends on, of course, your local market and the strategies that have been put in place by your country. Speaking of this, I'm not sure if you know, I broke my arm recently, and I was playing basketball with the staff of an automaker from China. It was Great Wall Motors, GWM, and I ended up, fracturing my elbow. So yeah, if you can play aggressive with the Chinese, but prepare, you might get hurt. So I don't know. This is the topic of this week's newsletter: open or close the doors to Chinese EV automakers. Last week, actually, the European Union imposed some duties on the imports of these types of vehicles which could result in up to 48% tariffs on the imports of Chinese EVs. And this follows, just recently a decision by the United States to slap on 100% tariffs on these vehicles. Meanwhile, in the Americas, down south in Brazil, BYD, Build Your Dreams, and GWM are starting manufacturing in the country this year. Keep in mind, in America's manufacturing takes place in the United States, Brazil, Argentina, and Mexico. Argentina, it doesn't impact much of the U.S. market very much, but up north in Mexico, close to the border, it does. And many Chinese EV automakers are importing into Mexico. The largest player, BYD, is listed on the Mexico Stock Exchange, and it is also planning to build a factory in Mexico. So we could see some Chinese EVs coming into the US through Mexico. So that's the situation. And in many meetings in Mexico, this is the strategy. So there are pros and cons to opening the doors or closing the doors. But it's an ongoing soap opera, or as they say in Mexico or Brazil, a novella. So it is in the hands of both the public and the private sector, but also society. Leave your comments below, or send me a private message. This is a big paradigm shift that's taking place, and an interesting topic. So Daniel Bland, Fleet Mobility Today. Once again, thank you, gracias, and obrigado.